Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another Third Age Reforged online battle. We are back with a 3v3. I've seen quite a few of you guys asking for more team games as we've been doing a ton of free-for-alls recently. So I felt like I would go ahead and oblige and bring you guys this 3v3 battle in Mordor, and you can already see the arrows are flying. So we'll get straight into the army comps and then we'll jump into the battle itself. So on this far left hand side, as the lightning strikes, we have the dwarfs, and with them we have the Kazakh warriors. Behind them we have some Ironfoot guard. We also have some of the Mithril guards, such an awesome looking unit. Then behind them we have Erebor infantry with the Blacklock engineers, as well as more artillery. So the dwarfs are definitely bringing the elite forces to battle and to bear in this engagement against Mordor. We also have some more Ironfoot crossbowmen and some Ironfoot pikemen as well. God damn, the dwarfs look beautiful. Then as you go along, player 2 on the, I guess, kind of the good side of the engagement, we have the forces of Rohan. Then on their front line, they have some pretty decent archers going away along the entire battle line. They're going to be supported by some dismounted lancers, and then continuing along them lines, we have some marshals of the red. They look really cool with their red capes. A couple units of them bad boys. Then in these lines, we have some Riddermark axemen along with an artillery piece. There's quite a few ballistas being deployed in this engagement. We then have the helm hammers. These guys look absolutely sick with their huge shields. I really like them, but not a lot of cavalry for Rohan. They have 2 units of cavalry. They have the Rohan bodyguard and they have the Kata, whatever this is called, knights. So some elite cavalry, but not a lot of it, which is surprising to see, as you normally expect to see a ton of horses from Rohan. Then if we look at the Woodland Realm, we have some Elder Pathfinders supported by some Elven Spearmen. This really cool looking unit over here, the Woodland Patrol. They look sick. I love their armor. It's really different. We then have some more archers on the front line, some more Pathfinders, and then finally some of these Heredith swordsmen. So then if we go over and look at the forces of Isengard, of Mordor, sorry. We can see on their front line they have some Temple Guard getting off some pretty nice shots along with some Uruk archers. I can't believe their artillery is already pounding in on the enemy line. Then we have some Mordor halberds, and then also supporting them we have some more Númenórean Shadow Guard. Then we have a Troll Catapult and Sauron's Will. These guys are awesome, just a brutal like mace infantry. Behind them we have some Orokai and some more of the enemy forces along with this Melkor's Chosen. Oh, we also have some of the lesser Balrogs as well. Such a funny unit right there. So yeah, a really strong force already for Mordor right there. Then we have Harad. We can see that we have a Mumakil unit in the background along with some Serpent Guard and some more of these Muhad Berserkers. These dudes are really strong, but they're kind of almost like a glass cannon. If you can surround them and shoot them to death, and they're going to drop really quickly. So we also have some dismounted Serpent Guard and some more Trollman of Harad, and we also have the kind of Muhad Tribesmen and the Southern Pikemen as well. And obviously we can see the Mumakil right here along with the Serpent Guard Cavalry. Then for our final opponent, we have some more front line of the... Oh, it's actually Dale here coming together with the evil factions. We have some of their pretty elite archers in the front line, and then a strong line of these Barding Heads and the Catapult, along with some more pikemen back here. God, the Dale units look really cool. I've never seen them, or at least I haven't seen them much in the latest version of Third Age Reforged. But there we go. So cool, they are going to be the army comps. Hopefully you guys have a good idea of what everyone is bringing. I imagine this is maybe some Ironfoot goats over here. Yeah, we have some Ironfoot goats over here. So cool, let's go and get this battle started. We'll be going up to normal speed to get this battle engaged, and I imagine the central line is going to be getting kicked off over here as the elves are actually getting absolutely harassed by the 2 catapults that Mordor have. They're also getting shot to pieces. Well, not shot, I guess it's not happening too bad, but they're getting shot quite a lot by the advanced fire from the archers as well. So the elves are struggling quite a lot just to form up here, but I think once they do form up with the rest of our allies, they're definitely going to have the superior, missiles going off in the battle. We also have some infantry making its way forward. I guess Rohan have decided they want to form up a battle line in front of their archers, and I mean their archers are just unleashing hell on the oncoming forces. And we can actually see some of the Mumakil getting burnt from the ballistas. This is why it's a good idea to bring the ballistas, because the Mumakil can just be taken out so casually that it's not really an issue to deal with them. However, we are going to be getting the front lines engaging the Axemen, the Riddermark Axemen going in against the Serpent Guard, and this is going to be the first battle line, and it looks glorious. We're also going to zoom in a little bit here so we can fully see the action. You can see another Mumakil actually going down. Are these guys even going to survive, or are they just all going to die? That's going to be interesting. You can also see the dwarves coming in to aid the forces of Rohan, and same with Dale making its way into kind of the side. It does look like we're going to get one charge off here from the Mumakil, and hopefully it's going to be worth it. I mean, it normally is. Look at that, and then straight onto the backline, and then the archers! Holy crap, that was a decent charge. If we can turn around and do exactly the same going the other way, then I'm sure this Mumakil will be worth it. But already losing 2. Imagine if there was 2 more Mumakil just causing havoc in the back ranks, and that would be insane. The cavalry is pushing up on against the dismounted lancers, and the rest of the forces are retreating back. The nice thing about the Mumakil as well is it actually can just shoot into the back ranks, which is kind of useful. We also, I guess, have some of the cavalry making its way in. Yeah, we have some of the Melkor's Chosen charging in against the Woodland Patrol, and we can also see more of the cavalry kind of just harassing one another around here. Oh, we actually have an invisible unit. That's pretty cool, but not even your allies can see that. That's interesting. The artillery, though, is still firing from Mordor, and they're getting a few hits here and there, nothing too crazy. This is a really scrappy battle right now, because at the moment, you know, there's only really one army which is still engaged. But we still have the cavalry pushing in. The cavalry's going to be fighting up against the Serpent Guard. I love the way how many flags the Serpent Guard have just fluttering in the wind. I think that looks really cool. And it's very much like an Eastern style of cavalry as well, having this many flags like just showing off where you guys are. It does look like the last Mumakil did go down over in that corner. Are we going to see Dale marching into the side of the dwarfs? If the Dalians can get their archers opening up on the dwarfs before they even get engaged, that'd be really useful for them. Yeah, because you can see the entire Dwarven army has its side turned to the Dale army. So if they can start using their archers just to start hitting this line, that'd be really useful. But it does look like this is where the dwarfs are going to be forming up, kind of with Rohan to their right-hand side, and they're going to be getting their crossbows, maybe if they're in range shooting already. But I think this is quite a long distance for the crossbows to be in range. But I guess we'll see in a second if they are. Going back to the central fight right here, it does look like the marshals of the Red are starting to go down. However, they do have support from the dismounted lancers who are coming into the side of the southern pikemen. They also have some archers being pushed up as well. This could be a little bit deadly. We've got cavalry charges off on these shield maidens as well. Shield maidens are going to be getting cut down, but their brothers in arms, the dismounted lancers, are soon going to be reaching over here to help them, along with these knights as well. I'm sure once they've dealt with these couple Serpent Guard which still remain, they're going to come flying into the side and help them out. The archers are still alive as well, and that's probably one of the strengths of Rohan. The fact that they can take these archers out really early on. Once the infantry line normally clashes, as you can see, these archers are completely undefended. And one of the advantages of playing a horse faction is that you normally have more cavalry to then go deal with them. But right now, these archers are just, you know, having free reign on shooting these helm hammers. But the helm hammers do have huge shields, so I imagine they have a pretty good missile defense as they slowly advance towards these these demons of the desert. They look awesome. And I'm sure these guys will be having a good matchup against the Helm Hammers, if they can survive, that is. It does look like that the forces of Harad have been beaten back pretty convincingly here. There's not really a lot of them left whatsoever, and Rohan still have a decent amount of forces left. Again, no one else is really engaged yet at all. The archer fight is coming in. Do the crossbows have range or not? Because if the crossbows are just sitting back getting destroyed, the dwarfs need to push up. Even more so because their right flank is really protected. And even more so if they're getting hammered by artillery shells like that. They need, yeah, I think they need to start advancing their entire armies. Get their crossbows. Oh, a few crossbows are shooting, but not too many. Yeah, they need to get their crossbows up, and I think the dwarfs just need to get stuck in. Oh, this force of Dale definitely brought a nice army to kill the dwarfs with, though. Some pretty heavy axes, pikes, some long-range artillery, and archers. Oh, and another big hit up there on the dwarfs in the middle of the Mithril Guard. and the Erebor infantry as well. Damn, that was really unfortunate. These ballistas should be aiming down on them, that artillery piece, as soon as they can. The elves are still yet to engage on the front line, which makes sense because there's no real need for them to do it. The Mordor forces have all the time in the world just to unleash these artillery barrages, and that's exactly what they're doing. You know, some are missing, but the ones that hit, I think, are doing a lot of damage. The elves obviously have their archers, but you know, these lesser Balrogs and these Ologhai have a lot of ammunition, and I think they're exchanging probably pretty well, considering, you know, the artillery shells that are coming in. I imagine also the archers are also doing a decent job at taking a few of them out as well, but the artillery must be doing so much damage to the elven forces. But I guess the elves aren't too worried about it because they're deciding to stick around and take this engagement. The last couple Harad units, I imagine, are starting to get cut down as we zoom in. Yeah, we can see a few of the Mordor infantry, actually, or Mordor cavalry over here, and then we also have some of the troll men, who we expected to see to the last. Yeah, we definitely expected to see these troll men still fighting. And besides that, I'm really surprised the archers are still alive, or they're alive in some fashion. I think they've been hit a little bit. But I'm really surprised to see this because I expected the cavalry just to run these guys down, and that's exactly what they're going to be turning to do. I think the battle between the dwarfs and Dale have now occurred as well. Yeah, you can see an awesome little pike versus halberd line. That is awesome. These guys are going at it. You can see the rest of the Dalian pikemen pushing up in the background. Both guys looking for a good old scrap. Yes, that looks great. That looks awesome, just seeing them push forward. The rest of the battle going on as well. That's always great to see. So they're going to be reinforcing their back lines. More of these guys coming round here. There's just a lot of pikemen for Dale. I wonder if that is going to be enough. Another charge coming off here. But I mean, the pikemen should be able to deal with this. We also have some cavalry back here. Yeah, some of the Dalian cavalry going up against the back lines here, getting a really good charge off on the crossbows. The dwarven crossbows can be so deadly, so to get them dealt with early is really good. And the rest of the missile fire, I think, is focusing down these crossbows right here. So this fight between the dwarfs and the Dalians are going to be going probably pretty equally. The Harad general goes down, and I think that's pretty much all she wrote for Harad. We do have some more of the Dale cavalry fighting against the war goats. These elves are pretty heavily armoured. So I imagine if these guys do stay in a prolonged combat, the elves will easily come out on top. And you can see a lot of these dwarfs going down. The dwarfs are more about that, you know, that hard-hitting, strong charge, which they're not going to get. And that's going to be very bad for them because they're going to leave all these archers up. You know, these Royal Guard, there's only 37 of them, but I imagine they're really good in melee combat as well as the actual engagement. So Harad has kind of lost on this in this middle side. It looks like the dwarfs are getting slowly beaten back, but you can never, ever underestimate the dwarfs. Oh, this unit, this Dalian Paladin? Wow, that's a sick-ass unit with their huge-ass maces. That is awesome. That's one of the things I love about 3rd Age Reforged, because there's so many factions and there's so many custom units. I come across units like this, which I haven't really seen before. And it's so awesome when I do just come across them on the battlefield. I'm like, oh, that's a sick unit. We do have some of the lesser Balrogs coming in along with the Ologhai, and they're going to be fighting against the forces of Rohan, and I think that's going to actually force the elves forward. Yeah, that's actually going to force the elves forward because it looks like a lot of the armies of the kind of the elite monster units of Mordor have been pushed over to the center. So this is a smart move by the elves to push forward their men and take the fight to Mordor, whilst Rohan deals with the lesser Balrogs and the Ologhai. Because Rohan have pretty much won their fight already. I don't think there's any Harad units still left remaining. Yeah, there's literally no units left remaining for them. So that's a really smart move by the elves to push up. The Archer Fire is just coming in, trying to slaughter the Mithril Guard. But I mean, the Mithril Guard are pretty elite, so you can kind of expect some pretty good things from them. I don't think they're going to easily go down, that is for sure. Really get stuck in here. Oh, the Mordor General does go down though. That's interesting, because if Mordor General goes down, I think Dale might be the only ones left, depending on how much damage the lesser Balrogs can do. Because the lesser Balrogs, if they can clean up Rohan, then maybe sally back, deal with the elves. That'd be interesting, but I don't think the dwarves are going to win this engagement. The Earl cavalry is doing some nice shots off. However, the crossbows are focusing them down somewhat, trying to kill the artillery and the archers back there. They're going to be receiving an enemy cavalry charge though, which I assume are going to be running down. A lot of them do go down from these Blacklock engineers though. So So if they can deal with the cavalry, maybe the dwarfs can hold the line. Oh, these macemen, though, have destroyed the mithril of the Erebor infantry. They've done a great job, and if they can deal with these iron goats as well, that's going to look very, very nice for them. If we go to the other side of the battlefield, we'll see how Mordor are faring against the forces of the elves. All of the infantry have been pushed in. But I feel like because Mordor have split their forces up like they have, they're just not going to have enough to deal with the full force of the elves. Even though they got some really nice artillery hits off, I feel like, yeah, they just don't have the strength to withstand this battle. And the elves are going to overwhelm them. I mean, you can definitely see the strength in the elven numbers right here. Especially if they can break one of these flanks and encircle them. Yeah, which they have done, I think. Yeah, they've surrounded this unit of wherever they're fighting right now. Yeah, there's a few left, but once they've dealt with this flank, they're going to push around all these units. You can also see another unit of swordsmen just marching in the midst of battle. And they're going to be turning around and charging into the side of these guys. And the more they do this, the quicker they'll be able to deal with Mordor and get over to deal with Dale. We do actually have a small engagement over here, though, which is interesting. Some of the Mordor Chosen fighting in the back ranks here against the Sindor Blade Masters and this unit of Woodland Patrol as well. And because it's like sword versus spear, I imagine these guys will come out on top. They're also getting shot in the side as well by this rogue unit of archers who have not been committed. So these guys are going to be shooting them as well. So I think Mordor just can't win this battle after committing their Lesser Balrogs over here. But granted, their Lesser Balrogs are doing work against Rohan. And are there still some missiles left for Harad? Harad still have some missiles left, so even though they've been taken out, they've managed to keep these archers, and I imagine the archers will be racking up a kill here, like a couple kills here and there. The Olog-hai are in here as well, hitting some of the missile units. These guys have a perfect view on the Olog-hai and should be killing them ASAP if they can achieve that. We go back onto the fight between the dwarfs and Dale. And as I said, it does look like Dale are doing great. Maybe not though. The central line looks very thin. The power of the dwarfs, I guess, is really showing here. The rest of the guys are completely surrounded. That is deadly. That is really, really deadly. Dismounted Earls going down. I mean, the right side's looking good, but I think the dwarfs have just shown their power in the center. Like, granted, they have a lot of archers still left remaining. That's why I'm so surprised that the dwarven back line is still sustaining. Like, I thought all of these guys would just be dead. But I guess not. We also just saw the Dale General going down, so maybe this is going to be a free for free right now. I think all sides might be coming out on top here. Because, I mean, whatever happens here, Rohan have already beaten Harad. Well, I guess I say that, but maybe not, because the archers are still left remaining. We'll get on board with the Lesser Balrogs and just see what they are made of. They also are supported, so Harad do still have a few men left. The Demons of the Desert are here alongside the actual demons of the world, the Lesser Balrogs. And the Lesser Balrogs can definitely show why they are so strong. So I guess Rohan are going to be going down here just because they don't have enough to kill what's left remaining. They did manage to kill the Olog-hai though. And considering they managed to already fight off the forces of... oh my god, Mordor have just disappeared. Where are they? There's like none of them left. There's a few of them here, but Mordor have just been absolutely ruined here. I guess splitting up their forces really came back to bite them. And now the elves have a huge force they can now send over to the rest of the engagement. Let's get over here already, because this is going to be the last fight. We have the Lesser Balrogs still left remaining, and the Dwarves. So if the Dwarves can win this fight, then they're just going to clean up everyone. You can see some of the awesome-looking Paladins being surrounded, but they're going to fight to the bitter end, which is always great to see. One of the reasons Medieval 2 is such a good game, because you get battles really going down to the wire, when both sides could seize victory. The archers are having to be committed now for the forces of Dale. And I think the elves, because the elves are making their way over now, they'll be able to clear up the Harad. And I feel like the forces of good have managed to beat back the forces of evil and Dale. I mean, these lesser Balrogs are still alive, so there is still some hope, but you can already see the balance of power is very much in the favour of the good side. Yeah, and you're about to see these Harad archers about to get run up on by the spearmen from the Woodland Realm. And I'm probably immediately going to rout them. They are shaken, they're not quite routed yet. The Elven spearmen probably have to take out a few more of them until they are all gone. These guys are being shot to pieces, unfortunately. Oh my god, there's one Rohan man still left remaining. Shout out to him, fighting hard. Yeah, they're going to rout. And so, yeah, the Harad army is just completely gone now. So now it's just a charge over here. It does look like Dale have also been beaten back, besides a few units which are engaged. The Royal Guard are still here, though. The Royal Guard are still here. We're going to speed up just really quickly to let everyone get back into position. Because obviously all of these guys are going to have to move up here a little bit. So now we'll go back to normal speed. The lesser Balrogs have come over here trying to deal as much damage to whatever remains of the dwarfs. The Harad, there's some Harad shadows here as well. But I think there's some Mordor High as well. But I think these Blacklock engineers have been doing some good amounts of damage to the Balrogs. They're like really good at like creature killing with their huge crossbows. But I think they are going to be dead now as the Olog High just coming, kicking and screaming. They're not going to go down without a fight. The Royal Guard are being engaged, so this is the last hope for Dale. If they have any kind of chance of victory, it's in this engagement. If the lesser Balrog and the Olog High can kind of deal with that back line, and then these Royal Guard can fight back, because it doesn't look like these Dalian Elder Archers are going to survive. There's only 4 or 5 of them left along the entire battle line. They are also going to be shooting in these huge bows into the side of the dwarf, so that's pretty useful. That's definitely going to be doing some damage. This unit, the Dragon Slayer unit, looks sick with their huge bows and their massive swords on their back. But there's just so many men coming in the rear of a fight now. Like, we've just got so many men making their way up. No! What happened? I wanted to slow it down so we could see that goddamn charge. That was the worst time for a cutscene right there. I wanted to see this lesser Balrog charge. That was annoying. One of them actually went down right there. Wow, there's only one left. And then as soon as that one goes down, the elves are going to be able to surround the remaining forces. There's still, oh my god, the elves just have so much left. Splitting up the army for Mordor was just not good whatsoever. They got ruined because of it. They really did. The elves just have so much left, still making its way over to the engagement. And there's Olog High left. We get to see a good charge here. I imagine if the spearmen are going to take this charge. No, the Olog High are looking for, I guess, an engagement in the back of the dwarf, maybe. Trying to get as many kills that way. The last force, the Hashari Shadows, are moving in. The Olog High pushing in. The Olog High are obviously going to be winning that charge. However, the spears are going to be meeting them in the back. And I imagine that spear charge in the back is going to be killing a lot of these Olog High. The lesser Balrog is down to 1. It's doing some good damage, but not enough, I think, to win this battle. And here we have it. The forces of Dale have been pretty much destroyed besides this Dragon Slayer unit. The Olog High are fighting bravely to the last, and so is the lesser Balrog, but there's just not enough forces, and it does seem that the forces of good are going to win this engagement. Yeah, there's only two Olog High left. I'm really surprised. I mean, I guess, as I said, you can never underestimate the dwarfs. I thought they were really outmatched in that engagement just because they were getting shot to pieces. The cavalry was hammer and ambling. The dwarfs just stick down their helmets and they just pile head first into the enemy ranks and hope for the best. And normally, because of how strong they are, they can always come out on top. The elves are coming up against the rest of the Palace Guard. Well, the Palace Guard looks sick with their huge swords. I really like this a lot. That's a very cool looking unit. They're going to be getting surrounded now. The lesser Balrog is still alive, but the last Olog High is soon to go down. We'll just speed up his death. There we go. He goes down, and then what's even left? We have a couple units of these. Not even they're dead. What's even left then? Oh, this last stand of the Dragon Slayers, as they just get completely enveloped and slaughtered. Is that everything now? What's even left remaining? Oh, the lesser Balrog is still. That's probably going to have a lot of hit points, but nothing left really whatsoever. But that's a Balrog. It's a duel. It's a duel right now. Whoever comes out up on top wins the entire battle. If only that was the case. Yeah, obviously Vanessa Barrow was having some hard time killing the general. Oh, that was a general on general battle. That's awesome. He was like, I will take it out, and then he surrenders. Well, a cool battle. That was nice. It was good to have a team battle. We haven't really had too many of them recently. If we look at the kills, anyone doing anything crazy? Some decent kills, some 100 kills. I think Rohan did a great job at taking out the forces of Harad really early on and killing them boomer kill. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this battle, please do make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. If you guys want to see more, have a good replay on 3rd Age Reforged, make sure to send it in. Just let me know how long the replay was. Just give me an idea of these numbers up here, and obviously just send it to me on my Discord in the battle replay section. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.